live again. Awesome. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this live all about the Aquarius New Moon. I'm just gonna take a moment. Yes. Thank you, Mercury. It's all working again. It's always a bit of a gamble doing these things during Mercury retrograde. But I'm not shying away from it because then we cannot do anything. I'm just gonna wait a few minutes for people to hop on. I don't know where you are, but here in the Netherlands we had quite a lot of snow. The kids went back to school this week, and now we can plow through quite a lot of centimeters of snow. But it's beautiful, the sun is finally out, so we can actually enjoy it a bit better. So today what I'm going to talk about is, what is this Aquarius New Moon? Why is it like such a big thing? And if you have heard it already, maybe there is a huge cluster of planets in Aquarius right now. The last time that it happened was in 1962, that we had this many planets. So it's quite a big deal. And again, I have my sidekick with me for the additional comments and insights coming from a 7-month-old. Marlene said lots of snow in Denmark as well. Yes, it is beautiful. Like, it is really beautiful. But the last few days, the wind was brutal. So it was super cold. But I mean, we hardly get this much snow in Holland. I haven't been living here for 10 years, so for me it's like a really long time ago that I've seen this much snow. So I actually really enjoy it. It's beautiful to walk around in, and the kids absolutely love it. So it is really beautiful. It's part of winter, right? Before we get started, there's something that I want to share with you, because working with the moon, working with the planets, working with all of the energies is really powerful to help your business to move forward, to bring it to the next level, and to have more impact and having to work less. I mean, that's of course what we all want, right? Unless you're like workaholic and you enjoy feeling overworked. But I believe that most of you, most of the women that are here are really interested in being able to have a bigger impact while actually working less. So I have created the strategy calendar, where you get a calendar completely full of your best opportunity times to rest, times to launch, specifically for your chart based on your energy. And we first do a 30-minute intake call where we go over what are your goals for this year, what are really the things that that you really want to put forward this year. After that, I will look at your chart, I will look at what is happening in the sky right now, and you will get, depending on how much is happening, a 40 to 50 page document from month to month explaining what is happening, and not just the astrological happening, because I mean that's interesting, but how does it actually manifest for you? How does it manifest in your business? And how can you work with that? So if you want more information for that, let me know, because I can send you all the details, and it will really help you to have this document as a foundation from where you build on. So it's not necessarily something that completely stirs up your plans. We have the intake. Then I will look at what your plans are, and then we really customize it to have a full calendar for you for the next few months or for the next year. So you know what is happening, you know where the moons are happening, you know all the things that are going to take place. So with that being said, let's dive into this Aquarius New Moon. Aquarius is the sign, I'm just making sure I keep my notes ready so I don't forget anything. Aquarius is the sign of the revolutionary thinker. It is the sign that wants to innovate, wants to develop, wants to go further. It really wants to bring everything to a new level. And we are right before the new moon. The new moon is happening on Thursday. So we're in this sort of it can kind of feel like a weird type of energy where we're still in the shedding phase. We're still in the letting go of things, of releasing, but also at the same time preparing for this full moon. For this new moon, not full moon. But what makes this even more interesting is, sorry, my mic is in front of the comments. Yes, Susan, I will definitely send you some more info. What is happening is that we already have Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, and the Sun, 5 planets, in Aquarius. So the moon right now is not in Aquarius yet. It will move into Aquarius tomorrow. But what it does, it will touch all of these 4 planets first before it hits the Sun. So the Sun is the last one that the moon will hit. So what is going to happen is that the moon will come to Saturn first. And it's going to ask Saturn, is there anything that you want me to know? It will move to Jupiter. Is there anything you want me to know? Then moves to Venus. Then moves to Mercury, who is still in retrograde. And then it will touch the Sun. That's when the new moon is happening. That's when the Sun and the moon align. So why this one is so powerful is, I just need to check what my little assistant is doing over there. So what is happening is that the moon reflects. So the moon is kind of taking bites from every single planet, listening what is happening. And then on the new moon, on the setting intentions, it has heard and listened to all of these conversations. And then when you are ready to set your intentions, you have like this body of messages that you can work with. But this takes conscious attention. So you have to be aware. What is happening over the next few days is you will probably get hit with many different messages, downloads, confusing ideas and dreams that come up, because Aquarius is the thinker. So don't be discouraged if over the next few days you feel like going from left to right and up and down and diagonal, and you go all over the place. This is the restlessness that takes place right before a new moon, and especially this one, because Aquarius can be quite restless. There's a lot of things that are going on. Now, every time when there's a huge cluster, we call it a stellium of planets in one sign, it will push the energy, because it's so much emphasis on the Aquarian energy, that it will pushes the energy to the opposite sign. And the opposite sign of Aquarius is Leo. Leo likes to shine, likes to perform. You can almost see it like Leo is the performer, and then Aquarius is the audience. So what is going to happen over the next few days, and will intensify, is that you feel the need to either be the performer and be the audience, to think or to act. It's very much a dance, but once the Sun and the Moon meet up, you have this beautiful moment of, it's almost like culmination, where everything will come together and you'll be able to see more clearly. And that's why I call it the big reset, because the moon is touching all of the other planets first and then conjuncts the Sun, is that you will get messages from different levels. Saturn is our taskmaster. It will tell us whether or not something is a good idea, or we need to be clever about it. Then Jupiter is the one thinking, everything is possible. Let's just go for it. Let's do it. When it touches Venus, it adds more of this softness to it. How can we love on a different level? How can we show our affection and compassion to the people around us? Then it moves to Mercury, who is still in retrograde. So with Mercury, there's a little catch, because once the moon is conjunct to Mercury, there will be messages, but there will be a delay. So what might happen is ideas from the past might come up again, and you're like, I thought I put that behind me, or I thought the idea wasn't worth pursuing. There's always a reason why these things come up. There's always a reason why it is initiated again. But because Mercury is still in retrograde, this is not a time where you can immediately feel like you can act upon it, like it actually puts you into motion. Then when the moon comes to the sun, when we have the new moon, that is a time where things will click, like the puzzle pieces will fall in place, and you will understand what all the confusion before, you understand what it actually is. And it will help you to set intentions on the next level. Where the last full moon that we had in Capricorn was much more about the practical side of things. Capricorn likes to be practical. It likes to be able to make sure that things are happening the way that it should happen. With Aquarius is like, okay, but how can we innovate? How can we change it? What can be done? What can be done differently? And especially in your business, it's a really good time to consider what have you been doing, what works and what doesn't, which is always a good time because we're Mercury retrograde, so that reflection period is really beautiful. And at the same time, can you innovate your business? Can you innovate the way that you do business? Can you change the way that you look at how you have been doing things in your business? Because what happens is that in many ways we get stuck in a way because our brain likes to keep it simple. Our brain likes to think, okay, this is how we do it. This works. I mean, think about like brushing your teeth. If we have to think about how we have to brush our teeth, that takes up so much mental space. But it's also in your business. In a lot of ways, a lot of the tasks are like brushing teeth, where you haven't thought about it because you have done it like that for ages and it works. But does it really? Does it really work? So the next few days, especially during a new moon, see if there are things in your business that you can, and also your life. I mean, this is not just your business. This is also your life, of course. How can you innovate? How can you shift and look at it from a new perspective? Because that's really what the Aquarius energy is about, looking at it from a completely different perspective. Oftentimes when there's a heavy Aquarian or Uranian energy, there are these transformational shifts. There are these options that we haven't thought of before will come up again, or will not again, will come up, because they don't come up again because they're innovative. So it's really a way for us to think about the next level. But what is also happening underneath everything is that we have next week on the 17th, we have the Saturn-Uranus square. That adds this level of anxiety to it. That adds this you feel that changes in the air, but we can't see it yet. We can't grasp it. And this requires us to have trust and faith that things will actually work out. And that we don't always have to have the answer right away, but that we are able to open ourselves up to receive the downloads, to receive the inspiration, that you really tune into your intuition. Because don't expect that you instantly get all of the insights. You know how to go from A to B. You understand it, like, this is where I'm going. This is how I'm doing it. The energy will, I would say the anxiety scale is going to be tuned up a little bit. If you're sensitive to it, but it's also a time to really allow yourself to tune into what is it that you want to bring forth. I'm talking so much that I'm just, I need to take a break. See, the anxiety level is like raising already. So when you know all of that, it is not necessarily going to change the energy, but what is happening, because you are aware of it, you can work with the energy. You can't change it, but in every situation you have a choice. And that is what astrology is based on. Astrology is based on free will. You have the choice to either go with the energy or to go against it. You can either use this sort of restless energy that we have right now to step back and to allow things to come in, instead of trying to push, trying to think like, okay, but this is a new moon. I need to set intentions. I need to get the downloads. Maybe the only thing that you're actually going to be able to tune into are sensations or feelings, which in our patriarchal society, that's not productive, because we need to have proper things to write down. We have to have clear goals. We have to make sure that everything is very specific. I don't think so. Especially during this new moon, because Aquarius is the thinker. Some of the things you will notice will have to marinate a little bit. They will have to, they will take their time, because the things cannot be rushed. Things cannot be done quicker. What's also happening on the 12th, yes, the day after the new moon, is the Chinese New Year, the Lunar New Year, and we're moving into the year of the ox, the metal ox to be precise. And the ox is a very yin type of energy. It's very receptive. It's very, it's hardworking, but it's also very dedicated and very loyal. So we're moving into this energy of receptivity. And all of that is kind of this like whirlpool where we're like swirling around, all of us, and we can't really, we can kind of see the sky, and we kind of feel that we're going somewhere, but we're not sure where. And that's why this is like the big reset. Because from here on, I mean, I'm not going to say like everything will be smooth sailing and easy, but you will get so much more clarity if you stay aware of this, if you tune into this and go with this energy and go with this feeling. Also, it's really good for you to see where this Aquarius energy lands in your chart. So for me, for instance, it lands in my 4th house. And 4th house stands for your home, for the mother energy, for it's a very soft and sweet energy. Sweet is not the right word. It's a very yin type of energy. And the last few days I've actually done a feng shui course for your home. So I was really trying to feng shui the house, and then I looked at my chart. I was like, of course, it happens in the 4th house. So I'm really like clearing everything so new things can come in. So if you can look up where the Aquarius is in your chart, you can make a free chart on astro-seek.com, which is my favorite website to make your a free chart. And you can look up where the Aquarius energy is in your chart. It's an interesting mix of feminine and masculine energy than the ox. The ox are actually a very feminine energy. We kind of see it as masculine, but the ox is very similar to the Taurus energy. And Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is feminine. So the ox is actually very feminine because it's very receptive. It's hardworking, so that maybe like is like the more of the perceived as masculine, I would say. But the overall energy, the way that the ox works, because the ox is similar to Taurus. It goes, and it doesn't get distracted too much by everything that happens around them. It really focuses on, sorry, there's like an annoying thing happening here. It really focuses on the task ahead. Dedication, hardworking. Well, I think the feminine is also quite dedicated, but in a softer way. There's like a softer dedication. It's not the pushing through kind of dedication. It's the hardworking in a steady way. She's still sort of okay. So I hope that makes sense, Marianne. That it's and again, the ox also has the masculine energy in it. It's not just one or the other, but the overall energy of the ox is more yin, more feminine than it is masculine. I hope that makes sense. Let me just double check if I said everything that I wanted to say. Yes. Yes, it's really about playing all those energies. Aquarius it will quickly fall into overthinking and overanalyzing things. So allow yourself to kind of swirl in this, especially as an Aquarian, Marianne. It's not getting sucked up in wanting to get the result, but really kind of bask in this unknown. Allow yourself to just take up space and enjoy the not knowing, I would say. So not necessarily needing to push and do the things, because it's not necessarily the best time to do it. Now, I do get things need to get done. I'm sure you don't recognize this, Marianne. The little one agrees with me. So if there are any questions, because I have so much more to say about this, but this is like the most important part of this. I can talk about this for hours. I won't go into all the details too much. Remember, we're still in Mercury retrograde, so things are moving slower. Communication can still be a little bit like not moving as fast. It's almost like, especially if you're in the Netherlands now, if you have ordered a package, you have no idea when it's going to arrive, when they are able to reach your street because of all the snow. When they actually send it out, like there will be a delay. And that's with most of the communication, most of the things that we're doing, there is a delay. And the delay is not necessarily bad, because sometimes it's good when something is delayed. And not necessarily a package, but when something is delayed, that you have this time to think, where there is this gap between the thinking and the delivery. I'm just gonna get my little assistant because she's getting a little bit grumpy. Hello. Of course, she just wants her airtime. So yeah, there is this delay happening, and that's actually a good thing. So we're not that responsive. We're really thinking about what we're doing and moving at a different pace, which is maybe not necessarily the pace that you would pick yourself, but it is a pace that is helpful for you right now, and that actually will help you to to stay the course. This is like the ox energy already, to stay the course, to make sure that you you keep moving forward. So if there are any questions, please let me know. If there are any other Aquarius, Aquarian people around here, let me know. Because I love how revolutionary you can be. Oh, thinking outside the box on a new level. And if there are no more questions, again, if you're interested in the strategy calendar that has everything that you need to know for the next year, with all of the key dates per month, you will receive, you will have the insights, what's happening that month. You have the theme of the month, so you know what to focus on. You know where the new and the full moons are happening and how it affects you, in what house it's happening, so you can make sure that you focus on that and really create space for that in your rituals, or even if you're just having a small journaling practice, you can incorporate that and really help you to really understand what is going on, so that you're not reacting to, oh, but I feel this right now, what might be going on, and then look up what is going on, but actually turn it around and use it as a guide if you're planning your month ahead or your quarter ahead, depending on what you prefer. And they'll look, okay, so this is coming up for me this month, this is coming up for me this quarter, so that you'll be able to move some tasks around and put them in times where you will have more, where you feel more energized, or times where you feel more, sorry, I hear my phone buzzing. So it really helps you to move forward and to somebody's eating my ring. Someone's happening at the same time. It's Mercury retrograde. I'm going to sign off right now. Because somebody really needs to go to bed. Mariana, I will definitely send you some more details, and Susan as well. And next week I'll be here sharing a bit more about the the Saturn Uranus. Don't speak too fast. The Saturn square to Uranus, and how that is affecting us on a global level. And I can't wait to see all of you again next week. Bye bye.